Guess who's back? Back again. Shola is back, back, back. Tell a friend. No, seriously, tell a friend. My name is Shola if you're new here, and you will be new because this is a new channel. I'm new, you're new, we're all new, so let's get to meet each other. My name is Shola. I love books and I love deep dives. Seriously, I would watch a deep dive about anything. It could be paint drying. I will watch it because I like deep dives. I combine two of my interests, book reading and deep dives into one. So this channel is going to be focused on books that I liked or didn't like and making a deep dive about it. Please don't expect any literary genius masterpiece. That is not what this is. I just read books I enjoy, come and tell you about it, and I try to make it as fun as possible. So let's build a community. Anyway, so we're here to do the second part, which is basically the final part of the Boys of Torment book. My will to live was slowly working out. Like I could see the light leaving my eyes. I could see the light, the light leaving my eyes at the end of that video. So here we are with part two. We left off when Shannon was at Johnny's house and his mom was trying to be an instigator and trying to instigate. I don't know why grown. Honestly, sometimes I think grown people are too bored, or we like we don't have things going on in our lives. Because why is his mom super interested in their relationship? After Johnny's mom talked to Johnny about Shannon and how he needed to be nice to her, he needed to take care of her and everything, we see that finally Shannon has some interest. The majority of the book, I couldn't tell why Johnny liked Shannon. Let's be honest. We see a lot of Shannon's thoughts and through her own inner monologue, we could see all she was battling with. But on the outside, I couldn't tell why Johnny liked this babe. There was nothing like besides the fact that she's teeny tiny and she has, I think, really, really blue eyes and also maybe blonde hair. Honestly, don't quote me on that. I don't remember. But I couldn't tell why Johnny liked this girl. There was no reason, but finally, we find out that she is very good at PlayStation. So after we've already been told that he's in love with her and he loves her, now we find out one reason why he would like her, which is she's really good at playing video games. She's apparently really competitive. So they had a very nice, like, back and forth. She talking him, and he's like, "Wait, what? I didn't know you had some spunk. I didn't know you had some energy and everything." So he's obviously enjoying that. And guess what? Shannon is carried away by how much fun she's having. She kisses him. Mm-hmm. Yep. Think about the Shannon from the last video. Think about the Shannon that didn't have any sort of backbone. Imagine Shannon kissing. No, no, not just kissing him, initiating the kiss. I'm just like, that doesn't even make any sense. This is not consistent with who she is. She literally is so afraid to do anything. Why would she kiss him? But anyway, she does. I guess we're trying to move the plot along, even though it doesn't. So she kisses him, and my guy doesn't kiss her back. I would honestly resign. No, not resign. Like, this is work. I would drop out of school, move to the next state, pack my things, pack my family, move my mom, everybody. We're moving because what do you mean you're not going to kiss me back? First of all, I put myself out there, which I normally don't do. And then you would, nah, bro. Honestly, jail for Johnny. Johnny's reason for not wanting to kiss her is because he had so many responsibilities. He doesn't want to get into anything. But then on one hand, you're being overly protective. On the other hand, you don't want a relationship. Like, what do you want? He's giving mixed signals, and I couldn't deal. Regardless, the baby is like, I need to go home now. I can't deal with this anymore. So Johnny takes her home, and that's the end of that. The next time we see them, Shannon has started her. You know how Shannon being behind, developmentally behind everybody else, like it's a running storyline at this point. Finally, she ends up getting her period. Of course, it's always at the most inopportune time. A lot of bad things just keep happening to Shannon. Do we have like a torture like kink? Or like what is going on? Why is everything always happening to Shannon? She's one of the most unlucky people to have ever lived. She gets her period, and of course her period comes at a very terrible time. So while she comes on her period and she goes to the bathroom to get things taken care of course Bella pursues her into the bathroom, and she's being mean as usual. Like, I think honestly, Bella to me is getting really old. I'm like, okay, you don't like her because she's with John. Like, it doesn't make any sense. Like, she just keeps being on her about nothing. So Bella accosts her, says some really nasty nonsense. Sharon is crying, runs out, sees Gipsy. While Gipsy is trying to help her, she's also trying to communicate to Gipsy that she wants to go home because she needs to get, like, she's tame, so she needs to get herself taken care of. Johnny ends up coming to see them, and now that Johnny sees them, Johnny wants to know why she's crying, what's going on. Johnny's trying to find out what exactly happened. He always thinks somebody's bullying her, so he's like, "Is somebody bullying you? What is going on?" And this time around, he's actually right, but Shannon doesn't tell him anything. She's just crying, like saying she wants to go home. She wants to go home. Johnny obviously sees Bella standing in the corner like a mean mugging, like mean mugging like an evil villain. And then he kind of puts two and why does he think, oh, Bella is in the corner looking at you weirdly? That must mean Bella said something wrong to you. I don't know. Is it just that I have really low comprehension skills? Because I wouldn't have ever put those two together. But John is really good at jumping to conclusions. I've guys, he's a rugby player. He's tall. He's muscular, and he's also good at he has really good comprehension skills. That's all. Johnny is a total package. So he puts two and two together. He's like, you know what, don't listen to her, you need to tell me more when things are happening with you. So he gives Shannon some of his payments. He asked Shannon, why wouldn't you tell me when I ask you to tell me things? Why wouldn't you tell me what's wrong? Why did it take me having to figure out that Bella did something to you for you to tell me? And she's just like, I don't want to cause trouble. And he's like, that's not your call. 100% it's her call. It's her call to make. Is it a good call? That is, we can decide that. But like, it's her call. If she says something happened to her and she's not comfortable telling you, you have to respect her decisions. Johnny, honestly, no personal boundaries, and it bothers me so much. You cannot tell me that somebody is telling you expressly that they don't want something to happen, but you're like, no, I know better. Yeah, that's the police coming for Johnny. Come and take him away. Take Johnny away. Anyway, so Johnny takes her to he takes her so she could change, and then Shannon says, "Oh, do you want a nightcap? Come in for the coffee." He goes in with her, and they go into her room. I was scared. Why was I more scared than Shannon about what if your dad comes in? You can't tell me that your dad is physically abusive to you for even things that are not your fault, and then you let a guy come into your house. What if I don't care if she knows for sure her dad is not coming back anytime soon? I think they try to tell. So this is the thing, right? This book tries to tell us that it shows us that her dad is physically abusive. I'm afraid on her behalf. Why is Shannon not scared? Remember that Shannon has had to deal with this all her life. She is not telling anyone what her dad is doing because she's really scared of being broken up, of her family being broken up. But you're comfortable bringing a guy into your house. Remember when she got home late? She was scared to even tell her dad that she got stuck. She was even scared to tell her dad her bus broke down. But you can allow a full grown guy come into your house and stay in your room. Ah, I don't think Shannon was scared enough. Like, should I be scared for Shannon or should I not be scared for Shannon? Like, I don't know how to feel. Like, this book is confusing me. He goes to her room and they're talking, and all this while they're talking, all I'm waiting, like, I'm, I'm reading the paragraphs and I'm like, when is her daddy coming in? When is her daddy coming in? I'm thinking they're setting up this scene for her dad to get a reason to physically assault her again. So I'm nervous, like I'm on pins and needles, waiting for her dad to barge in. He never does. So I guess I just waited waited my fear. I would like to reclaim that. And they're just like hanging out. Guys, Johnny is also freakishly good at math and science and all the other subjects. This is Johnny. Johnny, tall. I don't know if he's dark. Tall, handsome, muscular, talented, smart, rich, all the things. This is Johnny's side, super stacked. And then Shannon's side. This is Shannon's side. Teeny weeny, blue eyes. Yeah. But he loves her. This book gets on my actual nerves. They have this really nice bonding moment, and he sees how weirdly small her room is, and he obviously is now presented with how poor they are. and they end up bonding. Anyway, Haddad comes back home after Johnny leaves, of course. Haddad comes back home, and I think the neighbor told him, honestly, I don't remember who told him. Somebody, he finds out somehow that Johnny had been in the house and he physically assaults, punches the wall, I think, breaks her phone. Now she's phoneless. Anyway, that scene ends. She goes back to school. This baby is going through a lot at home. Like, honestly, I don't even think she has time for Johnny, but maybe Johnny is a bright spot in her day. But with how much anxiety she has, made me on edge. Back to this whole storyline about Bella. Bella starts spreading, or keeps spreading, I would say, rumors about her, about how she's a little like hoe and whatnot and whatnot. Johnny tries to confront Bella in, I think, in lunchroom. Shannon had told Johnny, "Don't make a fuss. I really don't want problems. Like, every time you talk to Bella, she ends up coming back to me. Why do you feel like, leave me? I don't. I want to be written out of this narrative. Like, you guys do whatever you want to, but don't fight over me. I don't want it." But what does Johnny know how to do best? Ignore Bella, ignore Shannon, ignore everything Shannon says. That guy is like, that is your business. I will fight if I want to fight. You're not gonna stop me. So Johnny goes, confronts Bella, and he punches Cam. She told Johnny not to fight over her. She literally put herself between Johnny and Bella. I think at this point, either report to your principal, report to your teachers, report to any authority in school. Why does Johnny feel the need to take every decision into his own hands? He's a law unto himself, and I really don't like that. Like, she told you not to. If you wanted to find a way to figure this out, I know you're 17, you're a little boy, but still, if someone tells you don't do it, I don't want you to do it, and physically puts herself between you and Bella, why do you feel the need to pursue that? Go and report to somebody, figure out another way. I feel like at this point, he does what? He punches Cormac. As usual, as usual. Is there any other way to solve a problem without violence? Shani's options are, do you want to get punched or do you want to get punched? Those are your two options. Take it or leave it. So he punches Cormac in the face because obviously he cannot punch Bella, because that is where he draws the line. And he should, I mean, as he should. His friends have to pull him off Cormac and remind him that, this could have like really, really terrible consequences for you. You have so much in your life to be protective of. You shouldn't just be throwing your life away over an argument, because this is assault. He's raging. This is this is Johnny rage. What kind of rhythmic fighting is this? He rages at his friends. You guys don't know what Shannon is going through. You guys don't know what she wants. Neither do you. Neither do you. She said, "Do not fight on my behalf." You still did it. So I guess none of you know what she wants. Anyway, so Shannon obviously runs away and she goes home. All this while, Shannon and Johnny are having this weird, like, he's trying not to get involved with her, but then he's fighting for her. So they're having a very weird dynamic. The next scene, Shannon goes to school, dressed in her uniform and whatnot, and realizes that, oh, we have a field trip. Apparently, someone in another school are having a rugby match, and they had shared an email with all the students, but Shannon doesn't have a phone anymore because her dad broke it. So she didn't know that it was going to be that day, or even that it was happening at all. She's dressed in her school uniform. Everybody else is dressed to go for this match. I would tell them immediately, I'm sick. I can't do it. Because why? No, I don't know why. It just feels weird. Like, she didn't pack, she didn't prepare for anything. Even as a teacher, I don't know why her teachers would even have allowed her go. They joined the bus, and now they're on their way. Uh, of course, the last seat available is beside Johnny. And because she was the last to come on I said on board, like it's a plane. Because she was the last to come on the bus starts moving, she falls into Johnny's lap. While they're on the bus together, they're participating in like bus team bonding games. Because Johnny is really smart, they win a lot of the games, mostly because of Johnny. She's contributing nothing to this game. They win Easter eggs, Easter chocolate eggs, and yeah, they're having fun. She tells him to teach her about rugby. He's doing so because she wants to learn about things that he loves. So she admits, obviously, in her inner monologue that she loves Johnny. He teaches her kind of about rugby just so that she can understand a little bit more when she's watching the game because they're literally on their way to watch him play rugby, of course, as the superstar that he is. He writes her a note asking her to be his friend, and she's like, yes, oh, so cute. Anyway, she makes a joke about his injury and he closes up fully. One thing that I noticed is he tells her, I need you to trust me. Why wouldn't you trust me? Why wouldn't you open up to me? Why wouldn't you tell me things? Things are happening to you. You're not telling me anything. You're not sharing with me. But you don't trust her about your injury. Like, the guy is such a walking contradiction. I'm so tired. She gets upset, like, understandably so. Like, guy, how is it that you're telling me to trust you, but you wouldn't trust me with what is going on with your injury? He's like, okay, I'm so sorry. I get you. I understand. But I've just never been friends with a girl before. Have you been friends with a human? What does gender have to do with this conversation? Is friendship and trust based on gender? Johnny basically tells her that the reason he couldn't trust her is because he's so used to keeping things so close to his chest and because this is about his future. He doesn't want to share with anyone because if anybody knows about his injury, it could literally be detrimental to his future. I guess I'm going to trust you with this. She tells him she clearly sees a pattern because this is obviously not the first time he's doing that to her. She also tells him if you choose to play even with this injury that you have, I don't support it, but hey, I would support anything that you choose to do. But I would encourage you to get it looked at. He also has worked so hard to get to this point. So he doesn't want to just toss out all his opportunities just because he has an injury, which doesn't make any sense to me. And I know he's a 17-year-old, or however old he is. I think he's 18, or he's going to be 18. I would think that you would want to prevent permanent injury because if, from the way that this injury is described, if he continues playing with it, it could get to the point where it will be too late. So, wouldn't you want to give yourself a chance now while you're still young? But what do I know? They end up getting over that slight bump that they had in the conversation. She goes on his iPod and sees songs for Shannon on it. He has a whole playlist on his iPod about her, songs that were dedicated to her, and all of them are love songs, even though he has not told her that he likes her. Anyway, they get to where they're going. They all check in. They go for the game. Johnny plays a nice game. She's so excited. She's rooting for him. Now that she understands a little bit of the game, she now knows what to root for. And she's just there like vibing out. But she notices that closer to the end of the game, Johnny suffers a major injury. He's falling to the ground. He cannot stand back up. And then they have to take him out in a stretcher. She goes to see him and sees that he was fully injured. Like someone hit him in his injury. I have goosebumps even thinking about it. I can't imagine how much pain he was going through. So he's there literally groaning. He looks like he's dying. And they start making out. Guys, this cannot be real life. While they're making out, mind you, I think this is actually their first time really making out. I don't think they've made out at all. This is their first. Remember, she tried to kiss him and then he wasn't kissing her back. Yeah, she kissed him again. Now, while he's going through all of this, is when they decide that he should start. Oh, gosh, I feel like this whole video has just been a big eye roll. I think I need to chill. Maybe I should just chill. I should just chill. It's just a book. It's not that deep. His coach and the medics come back into the room and they take him into surgery because he needed to have surgery done immediately because he was ripped open. Now Shannon is in trouble because the coach saw them making out and I think reported her to her parents. The coach put a call through to both Shannon's parents and Johnny's parents. His doctors are like, we don't know how you were walking, not to talk of playing, running. We don't know how you were walking at all. Like he had such a severe injury. All his coaches and his doctors are like, you're not going to play until we expressly give you like a note to say you're clear to play. If not, we're not trusting you again. Or apparently his coaches trusted him to tell them if there was anything wrong with him. And it was like he kept telling them he was cleared to play when even his doctors had not cleared him. Or even when he was feeling pain and his doctors didn't know. So now they're like, nah, if you're not cleared by three people, three different doctors, you're not playing again. You have to be on bed rest. You must let this one heal unlike the other one. So not only did he injure himself from the other surgery. He had a hernia that that was induced by the surgery as well. Like, guy, there was so many things going on with Johnny, and he was just soldiering on. And they're like, no, not again. He was still under the effects of the anesthesia. Johnny just kept saying so many lewd, disgusting things. He told his parents about Shannon. I love her. I'm going to marry her. His parents are horrified. What do you mean marry? Please. You're just 18. You have a whole life ahead of you. When Johnny was in the hospital, Shannon went back, obviously, to their hotel where all the students and the kids were staying. Gibbsy comes in the middle of the night to say, hey, I know what hospital he's in. Do you want to come with me? I can drive you to see Johnny. At this point, she knows she's already in trouble and she's going to be in more trouble if the school finds out that she left the hotel and went to see Johnny, but she doesn't care. She's in love. Johnny had been requesting to see Shannon, so they let her see him. Johnny says his parents are there, by the way. His parents are there. Gibbs is there. Johnny's like, I want Shannon to sit beside me. I want her to hold my hand. I want like all the things that he normally wouldn't do, but because he's under the effects of anesthesia, he's all like cuddled up with her. The nurses said we need only one person to stay. Johnny's like, I don't care about anybody else. Shannon needs to stay with me. So his parents are like, well, what can we do? Shannon stays with Johnny, but the boss was leaving in the morning, and obviously Shannon had to leave because the boss was going back and she would have no ride back home. Johnny wakes up finally. Now the anesthesia, the morphine, everything has worn off. So he's wondering why Shannon left him, but he doesn't tell anybody. He internalizes this. And at the same time, he's also very worried about his career. He wonders if the surgery has any lasting damage, if he will still be able to play at the level he was playing before. And remember, he has a sports event that he needed to sign up to, and he had been fighting for. But because obviously he's recovering from surgery, he's not sure if he will be healed in time to join them or if they would even want him. So my guy is racked with like worries, fears, anxiety. So we see this really, really emotional moment between Johnny and his dad. His dad, like, first of all, I'm very disappointed in you and why you were not responsible enough to tell us that you were having such troubles. Like, nobody knew you were going through all of this. We trusted you. We gave you free reign because we thought you were old enough and responsible enough to take care of your health. But now, clearly, you want us to treat you like a little boy. And also, you let everybody down, you let your coaches down. So let's talk about that. Like, let's talk about how you need to rest, you need to heal this time around. And if you are going to get better, that is on you fully. If you're going to keep playing in future, that is fully your responsibility because it is dependent on how much you're able to let yourself heal and be the child that you are instead of a rugby superstar. His dad was eventually able to allay some of his fears, make him feel, just take it one day at a time. Healing is not something you can rush. And if you're going to have a career, you will have a career. Just allow yourself to go through the process. But all this while, he still thinks that Shannon left him. He doesn't remember all the things he did while he was under like anesthesia. He doesn't remember the fact that he was grabbing onto Shannon, telling everybody that he loved her. I don't think he said that while she was there. He's still kind of thinking, wow, so Shannon left me. Okay, cool. I guess that's how it is. Meanwhile, remember the rugby coach had called Shannon's parents. Her dad found out that she was seen hugged up and making out with Johnny in the locker room. She gets home and her dad takes off on her. Like, guys, this scene, I was crying. I could not. It was too much. Her dad went off on her. Like, I don't even want to recount all the things that I read. It was so gruesome. It was herself, her two younger brothers, and her dad that were at home at the time. So she had nobody to save her. Her dad was so mean with the words he was saying, with how he physically assaulted her. Her younger brothers, I think the oldest were probably 12, had to step in. Eventually, Joey came in, a fight with her dad. That's how bad it was. This was how I found out that it was a duology. All this while, I'm thinking, we have like 3 pages left. How are we going to wrap up this book in 3 pages? I should have known that. I honestly have nobody else to blame but myself. I don't think that I'm going to do the next book. It was good while it lasted. My final thoughts. I cannot say that I would recommend this book to anybody. The book wasn't for me, and it's okay. I didn't like the love story. The love story didn't make any sense to me. It felt forced. It felt unrealistic. There were no redeeming qualities for the. I couldn't see why any of them liked the other person. I couldn't see why Shannon liked Johnny. I couldn't see why Johnny liked Shannon. Um, I didn't like the fact that he kept overstepping her boundaries. I didn't like the fact that he kept trying to save her. He wanted to be her savior so bad. He did not want this babe to have any sort of autonomy. And the book kept infantilizing Shannon. I didn't like that at all. Is she a child or is she not a child? When it comes to all the like weird sexual thoughts I had towards her, she wasn't an infant at that point. Like she wasn't, oh, itsy bitsy. Even then, it tried to romanticize and like her infantilization. I didn't like that. Um, what I liked was the discourse around parents physically abusing their child and how that affects the family dynamic as a whole. I also liked the relationship between Joey and Shannon. Everything else, I was okay. I was done. Like, I was good. I'd had enough. I did read Keeping 13. I will not be reviewing it. I don't have it in me, guys. I don't have it in me. And I can see why people who enjoyed it like the book. And no shade to them at all. I understand that. It just wasn't a book for me. But I read other books in the last couple of months that I enjoyed so much. So I can review any of those. Or if you have any book that you would like me to review, please let me know in the comment section. If you liked Binding 13, let me know why you liked it. If you didn't like it, also let me know in the comment. Please like this video if you liked it and subscribe if you enjoy being part of this community. And let's grow together. Thank you guys so much. With love, Shut